How to place a lien on an estate. All right, so our friend Randy asks, I've been following you on YouTube and gain a lot of understanding from the subjects you discuss. Thanks for listening and watching it, Randy. My inquiry is about liens and estates. How can one place a priority lien and or lien in general on a person, entity, estate by themselves? What particular paperwork procedures needed to accomplish this task? I'm asking just the process of recording and registering documents that are respected and acknowledged and attached, thus validating its effectiveness. I am mostly responsive via email, so feel free to submit your answer there. Thanks in advance, Randy. All right, thanks for the question, Randy. And again, thanks for watching and listening. I'm going to do my best to answer with what information you've given me. So first, what you're looking to do is called a verified claim. That's the wording that you want to use. That's at least the wording in New York. It might be different where you're, the state or the state where your decedent is located, but it'll probably be something similar. And what this is generally a set of documents that you file with the court that notifies the executor that you are owed money by the decedent. Verified means you're going to have to do it in front of a notary, and you're going to have to fill out an affidavit sort of outlining what is the basis of this money that's owed to you. Was it a loan? Was it an IOU? You need to sort of just give those details. And hopefully the court forms will sort of outline what needs to go where or what information needs to be included. So what's the procedure? You file it with the court. You don't just hand it to the executor, although you'll see in the next step that is part of the process. The first step is once you have it perfected, you file it with the court. The court will actually probably review it to make sure that you've done some things correctly, and they might actually reject it at first if you've made a few mistakes, which will happen if you're trying to do this on your own. So if it's a big enough amount, you might want to consider hiring an attorney, but if it's not so much, yeah, you might struggle through some back and forth with the court to make sure that it's done, that the forms are filled out properly. Once the court has accepted the filing, the next step is to serve it on the executor. Different states and different counties have different rules on how to do service. It might be as simple as first-class mail. It might be as simple as, I don't know if people still know how to do this, but the registered and certified mail with the green slip and the green return card. Or some states might require actual service of process, where you have to hire a process server, which is like a big burly dude who will physically hand the paper to the executor. Really depends on your court and your situation. Whichever one of those methods, it'll be considered service on the executor. And the reason this is required is so that the court knows that you have officially notified the executor. The executor has received official notice and is aware of this debt, and that they're aware they must pay you, or at least address you, because they might disagree with the existence of this debt. And lastly, this is the pro tip. You need to understand that this whole process is only as good as the executor. What I mean by that is if you have an executor who is kind of a fly-by-night character and who has not filed a bond, even if you do everything correctly, the executor might distribute and disappear, and then you don't really have much recourse. I mean, how can you get repaid from somebody who you can't find, right? So get a sense of whether or not the executor is bonded, whether or not the executor has personal net worth that's that you can, I guess, go after in the worst case scenario, and that they have something to lose if they don't do a good and proper job as an executor, and if they're locatable, if they're in a county or jurisdiction like in, I don't know, Switzerland or the Cayman Islands, where it would be really hard to get at their funds, then it's kind of pointless, and you might have to consider alternative strategies. All right. Hope you found this helpful. If you need help with an understanding of the overall probate process, check out my book, How Probate Works, bestseller available on Amazon. Otherwise, I hope you found this helpful. Thanks again for watching, Randy. Take care.